The Cold War, a period of geopolitical tension between the United States and the Soviet Union, had profound implications for nations across the globe. Cuba, a Caribbean island with a tumultuous history, became a focal point in the ideological struggle between the superpowers. This article explores Cuba's role in the Cold War, from the Cuban Revolution to the infamous Cuban Missile Crisis, and the enduring impact on the island's trajectory. 1. The Cuban Revolution. The Cold War in Cuba began with the revolutionary movement led by Fidel Castro. In 1959, the Cuban Revolution succeeded in overthrowing the U.S.-backed government of Fulgencio Batista, establishing a socialist government with close ties to the Soviet Union. 2. Alliance with the Soviet Union. Following the revolution, Cuba quickly aligned itself with the Soviet Union. Economic and military agreements were forged, leading to Soviet support for the Cuban economy and the establishment of military bases on the island. This alliance marked a significant shift in the balance of power in the Caribbean. 3. The Bay of Pigs invasion. In 1961, the United States attempted to overthrow the Cuban government through the Bay of Pigs invasion. The failed operation further heightened tensions between the U.S. and Cuba, solidifying the island's commitment to socialism and strengthening ties with the Soviet Union. 4. Cuban Missile Crisis. The Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962 brought the Cold War to the brink of nuclear conflict. The discovery of Soviet ballistic missiles in Cuba led to a tense standoff between the U.S. and the Soviet Union. The crisis was averted through diplomatic negotiations, with both superpowers agreeing to dismantle missiles in Cuba and Turkey. 5. Economic embargo and isolation. In response to Cuba's alignment with the Soviet Union, the United States imposed a comprehensive economic embargo on Cuba in 1960. This embargo, along with political isolation, significantly impacted Cuba's economy and led to a reliance on Soviet aid. 6. Cuban intervention in Africa. Cuba's involvement in Cold War conflicts extended beyond the Americas. Cuban troops actively participated in conflicts in Africa, providing support to anti-colonial and socialist movements. Notably, Cuban forces played a crucial role in the Angolan Civil War. 7. The Perestroika era and changing dynamics. With the advent of Mikhail Gorbachev's policies of perestroika and glasnost in the 1980s, the dynamics of the Cold War shifted. The Soviet Union began to distance itself from its satellite states, impacting Cuba's economic and political stability. 8. Post-Cold War era. The end of the Cold War in 1991 had significant repercussions for Cuba. The collapse of the Soviet Union resulted in the loss of economic support, leading to a period of economic hardship known as the Special Period. Cuba had to adapt to a changing global landscape and explore new avenues for economic and political survival. 9. Legacy and contemporary relations. The Cold War legacy continues to shape Cuba's international relations. The island has undergone transformations in response to changing global dynamics, including the normalization of relations with the United States under the Obama administration. 10. Cuba's journey through the Cold War was marked by revolution, ideological alignment, and intense geopolitical struggles. From the Cuban Revolution to the brinkmanship of the Cuban Missile Crisis, the island played a crucial role in the broader Cold War narrative. The legacy of this period continues to influence Cuba's political, economic, and diplomatic landscape in the contemporary era.